These secrets have been tested by emperors, philosophers, and countless individuals who discovered that true power doesn't come from controlling the world around us, but from mastering the world within us. If you're ready to unlock the mental fortress that lies dormant inside you, stay with me until the end, because what you're about to learn could change everything. The foundation of mental transformation. Think of your mind as a garden. Right now, it might be overrun with weeds of worry, anxiety, and reactive thoughts. These 8 secrets are like master gardening tools that will help you cultivate a mind so strong and clear that external circumstances lose their power to disturb your peace. The ancient Stoics understood something that modern psychology is only now catching up to. The mind is trainable, shapeable, and ultimately controllable. But this control doesn't come through force. It comes through understanding, practice, and the application of timeless principles that have guided humanity's greatest thinkers. Secret 1. The power of the inner citadel. Marcus Aurelius spoke of this when he said that the universe is transformation and life is opinion. What he meant is that while the world around us constantly changes, our inner response, our citadel, remains under our complete control. This citadel is built from your thoughts, judgments, and chosen responses. Here's how to build your inner citadel. Every morning, before you engage with the world, spend 5 minutes visualizing yourself as unshakable. See challenges coming your way and imagine yourself responding with calm wisdom rather than reactive emotion. This isn't positive thinking, it's mental architecture. When someone criticizes you unfairly, instead of immediately defending or attacking, retreat to your citadel. Ask yourself, is this criticism valid? If yes, what can I learn? If no, why should I let invalid opinions disturb my peace? This simple practice transforms you from a victim of circumstances into the architect of your own mental state. The power of the inner citadel lies not in shutting out the world, but in choosing consciously how you'll engage with it. You become like a skilled martial artist who doesn't fight harder, but moves with such precision and awareness that attacks simply cannot land. Secret 2. The art of negative visualization. Every week, spend time imagining losing something you value, your health, your relationships, your possessions. This isn't morbid thinking, it's mental strength training. When you regularly contemplate loss, 2 powerful things happen. You develop deeper appreciation for what you have, and you build confidence in your ability to handle whatever life brings. Seneca practiced this by occasionally living as if he were poor, eating simple foods, wearing basic clothes, sleeping on hard surfaces. He discovered that most of what we fear about loss is just fear itself. The reality is usually manageable and often liberating. Try this exercise. Choose something you're afraid of losing and spend 10 minutes imagining it's gone. Don't just think about it, feel it. Then notice how even in your imagination you're still okay, you're still you. This builds what psychologists now call resilience, but the Stoics called it wisdom. The paradox of negative visualization is that by regularly facing your fears in imagination, you become less afraid in reality. You develop what Nassim Taleb calls anti-fragility, the ability to not just survive shocks, but to become stronger because of them. Secret 3. The discipline of perception. When something bad happens to you, your first instinct is to add interpretation. "This is terrible. I don't deserve this. This ruins everything." But these additions aren't facts. They're choices. The Stoics discovered that between every event and your emotional response lies a split second of choice where you decide what this event means. Here's a practical exercise. For the next week, when something frustrating happens, immediately say to yourself, "Something happened." That's all. A traffic jam. Something happened. A rude email. Something happened. A financial setback. Something happened. Strip away the story and deal with just the facts. This isn't about becoming emotionless. It's about becoming emotionally intelligent. When you remove the dramatic narrative, you can respond with clarity instead of reactivity. You see solutions instead of problems. You find opportunities instead of obstacles. Epictetus, who lived as a slave and understood suffering intimately, taught that we suffer not from events themselves, but from our judgments about events. Change your perception, and you literally change your world. This isn't philosophical theory, it's practical magic that you can apply immediately. Secret 4. The practice of voluntary discomfort. This doesn't mean torturing yourself. It means strategically stepping outside your comfort zone to expand your capabilities. Take cold showers, skip meals occasionally, exercise when you don't feel like it, have difficult conversations you've been avoiding. The goal isn't suffering, it's strength. Every time you do something uncomfortable by choice, you prove to yourself that you're capable of handling discomfort. This builds confidence that extends far beyond the specific challenge. Ancient warriors understood this principle. They didn't wait for battle to test their courage. They trained constantly under harsh conditions so that when real challenges came, they were prepared. Your mind works the same way. The more you voluntarily face discomfort, the more equipped you become to handle involuntary discomfort. Start small. Walk instead of driving when possible. Sit in silence instead of immediately reaching for entertainment. Say no to something you want but don't need. These small acts of voluntary discomfort compound into extraordinary mental strength over time. Secret 5. The power of philosophical journaling. Every evening, spend 15 minutes writing about your day through a philosophical lens. Ask yourself, what challenged me today and how did I respond? Where did I act according to virtue and where did I fall short? What can I learn from today's experiences? This practice transforms you from someone who experiences life to someone who learns from life. Instead of just going through experiences, you extract wisdom from them. You become your own philosopher and teacher. The key is honesty. Don't write to impress anyone or to make yourself look good. Write to understand yourself and to practice thinking clearly about life's challenges. Over time, you'll notice patterns in your thinking and behavior that you never saw before. This journaling practice also helps you internalize Stoic principles. Instead of just reading about wisdom, you actively apply it to your real-life situations. You become a practicing philosopher, not just a student of philosophy. This transforms abstract concepts into practical power. Secret 6. The art of memento. Mori, when you truly accept that your time is limited, several powerful shifts occur. Petty annoyances lose their power over you. Meaningful relationships become priorities. Authentic self-expression becomes essential. You stop waiting for the right time to live fully. This isn't about being gloomy. It's about being real. Death gives life urgency and meaning. When you remember that everyone you meet is mortal, including yourself, compassion becomes natural. When you remember that this moment is unrepeatable, presence becomes automatic. Practice this. Each morning, remind yourself that this day is finite. Each evening, reflect on how you used this irreplaceable day. This creates what psychologists call temporal perspective, the ability to see your current problems in the context of your entire life. The Stoics weren't afraid of death because they understood it as the natural completion of life. This understanding freed them to live boldly and authentically. When you're no longer afraid of death, you're no longer afraid of life. Secret 7. The discipline of action. Most people exhaust themselves trying to control things outside their influence. Other people's opinions, market conditions, political outcomes, natural disasters. This is motion without progress. Stoic action focuses laser-like on what you can actually influence: your thoughts, your choices, your responses, your character. Ask yourself daily, what can I actually control in this situation? Then put 100% of your energy there. This isn't about giving up or being passive. It's about being strategically powerful. When you stop wasting energy on the uncontrollable, you have enormous energy available for what you can actually influence. This principle applies to everything. In relationships, you can't control how others behave, but you can control how you communicate and respond. In your career, you can't control market conditions, but you can control your skills and effort. In health, you can't control genetics, but you can control lifestyle choices. The discipline of action transforms you from someone who reacts to life into someone who consciously creates their experience within the bounds of what's possible. Secret 8. The practice of sympathia. When you truly understand that you're part of a larger whole, several things happen. Personal problems shrink to their proper size. Cooperation becomes more natural than competition. You stop taking things personally because you see the larger patterns at work. This doesn't mean becoming passive or losing your individuality. It means understanding that your individual flourishing is connected to the flourishing of the whole. When you help others succeed, you create an environment where you can succeed. When you harm others, you ultimately harm yourself. Practice this by asking, how can I contribute to the common good in this situation? This shifts you from a scarcity mindset, there's not enough for everyone, to an abundance mindset. Success multiplies when shared. The Stoics taught that we are like instruments in a cosmic orchestra. When each instrument plays its part skillfully and in harmony with the others, beautiful music emerges. Your life becomes meaningful not just for its own sake, but as part of the larger symphony of existence. Integrating the secrets. Your path forward. The ancient Stoics understood something that modern self-help often misses. Transformation doesn't come from learning new information. It comes from consistently practicing timeless principles until they become second nature. These secrets have guided emperors and slaves, warriors and philosophers, because they work regardless of your circumstances. Your journey toward unshakable inner strength begins now. Not when conditions are perfect, not when you feel ready, but now. Each moment offers you the opportunity to choose wisdom over reactivity, strength over weakness, conscious response over unconscious reaction. The power to transform your mind. In silence, strength isn't something you need to find outside yourself. It's something you need to awaken within yourself. These 8 secrets are your keys. The door is open. The only question is, will you walk through? Remember, wisdom without action is just entertainment. True transformation comes when you take these secrets and make them living parts of your daily experience. Start today, start small, but start. If this video has inspired you, leave a comment with the phrase, "I am building my inner citadel," so I know you're committed to this path of growth. Together, we can create a community of people dedicated to developing unshakable inner strength. Thank you for your attention, your openness to growth, and your commitment to becoming the strongest version of yourself. Until next time, remember, the power lies within you.